Live and on the record for our YouTube fans here. Our Saturday club race, our precursor to our championships going on next week. We're kicking things off with our 21.5 D-Main. That's right, D-Main 21.5 came out of the booth. We got a 6 racer dance. Only 2 will advance. Marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's get it on at the sound of the tone. All right, we are off and run with our D-Main. Keep things single fire for the first couple turns. The bottleneck tends to be this triple section, so you guys take extra care getting through this center section. We got one out there in the middle. That was Gilbert getting a little squirrely. We got Curtis leading us off. Brandon in that 2. Carlos C in the 3. Stacy making moves. She's up to the 4. Stacy was a busy little bee in the hobby shop. Didn't get any qualifiers in, so she's just running cold here. Her main. Oh, we got Gilbert out early. It's a tough break for him. The Chandlers, Curtis and Brandon, 1 and 2. Carlos trying to get him get out of sight. Stacy trying to recover from that rollover there off the end of that triple. Or sorry, the end of the straightaway. We are 1 minute in, 4 to go. We do have a couple changes to our race program. Our A-mains that had multiple heats will be at an extra minute. So 21.5, 17.5 will get a 6-minute A-main. 10? Since only 2 made multiple heats. No, denied. All right, we still got Brandon and Curtis, 1 and 2. Looks like Carlos tried to make a move to the inside there on Curtis. Didn't quite make it happen. So through that center straightaway there, that is the fight for that second and final transfer position in that C main event as they go over that crossover. Oh, and then the leader tries to get boogered up in the middle of that. Gets squared away. Oh, that was not the leader. Scratch that, or maybe it was. I'm not sure. Oh, no, and Curtis bonks it. Goes upside down. Has to get marshaled out by that off-camber section. That's going to move Carlos into that 2 spot. Stacy trying to get back into the hunt. She's down that straightaway. Someone makes a deposit out into the crowd here. Mike Caller with the save. Carlos getting out of bounds, getting out in no man's land, has to get marshaled out. He's going to drop 2 positions. So now Curtis and Stacy going to move into that 2-3 position. So the heat is still on. Stacy looked to the inside, and they got side to side with one another. Stacy got the better end of the deal there, so she's going to move into that 2 spot. Carlos in the 3, Curtis in the 4. Carlos goes upside down, so now Curtis going to move into that 3 spot. Brandon's got a hefty lead as he goes over that crossover. And that white, blue, green by that start-finish line, he had 13.4 seconds over second place, so he's taking advantage of the carnage that's going on for that battle for number 2. And Al, that's going to be 2 and 3 and 4 working with you there. When the time comes, you know what to do. So Stacy now finds her way into that 2 spot. Oh, Curtis goes upside down. He falls further back. Carlos still in the hunt, though. Stacy and Carlos separated by 2 seconds as they work their way through that triple section. The minute 15 to go. Carlos goes upside down. It's going to allow Stacy to stretch out a little bit. Brandon clicking off another lap. $50 seconds to go. Brandon's got 10.9 over Stacy in that 2 spot. Stacy's got 4.8 over Carlos in that 3 spot. Then it's Chandler and Al rounding out the field here. You drivers advancing into that C main. You're going to have to get a buddy to help you out to get your car prepped and ready because we need you out here to marshal after this race, and then you will be the following race after that. 25 seconds to go. Stacy puts it upside down. Carlos, nowhere to be seen. Stacy has amassed a 10-second lead now, so she is sitting pretty comfortable in that last transfer spot with 13 seconds to go. It's like Carlos will get around for one more. Al might get around for one more as well. Let's see what happens here with time expiring. He does. Stacy made it around as well, so she's going to take her victory lap for that transfer spot. Everyone else going to be done when you come across that start-finish line. Brandon, you are done, taking the win. Curtis, you are done. Carlos, you are done. Waiting on Stacy and Al. Both of them coming over that crossover right now. Stacy with that second transfer spot, and Al. That is a race. All stop, all stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Thank you to our volunteers. We need all 6 of those drivers out on the track, please.
The race is
including Brandon and Stacy. You guys need to find your buddies to help you get prepped up for this next race here. You guys will be race number 3. Race number 2, our 17.5C main is coming up next. All right, marshals to our positions, please. Marshals to our positions. We will need a couple volunteers as well. And race number 2, our 17.5C main event. Go ahead and roll them out. Check them in. We are taking the scratch. Brian Henry in that 7. Caleb's also taking the scratch. Lee in the 5. William Marr in the 4.
1 minute to the start of the race.
In the 3.
Driver.
Kevin Boyd in the 2, and CQ.
Cat and C.
Mike Sora. All right, we'll let Lee come by the straightaway one more time if he so chooses.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, everyone, get on your dots. Everyone on your dots.
Lee Helrick.
Mara, you're on dot 4.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
We still need volunteer marshals. We need one on the bucket. Mr. Chandler, are you hopping out there on the bucket?
15 seconds to the start of the race.
We need 2 more. We need one helping out Stacy off that back triple, and then we need one on the bucket. We need 2 volunteer marshals. Henry's hopping on out there. Thank you very much, sir. We need one
Less
more.
than 5.
One more on the bucket. One more on the bucket. Nice. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah, just next to Stacy there. Yeah, hang out there next to Stacy, and then Kyle will take this other bucket position. All right, taking the top 2. Top 2 into the B main event. All right. Drivers, keep it clean. The bottleneck occurs at this triple. So keep it clean through these first couple turns. Single file, please. Marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's go racing at the sound of the tone. Good, clean start here. Here's the moneymaker. All right, we got traffic jam in the least suspected spot here. So everyone off the straightaway. Everyone's still within striking distance. Mara's going to take that early point. He's got that power to get over that triple, as does Mr. Boyd. So it's going to be Mara, Boyd, Helmrich. Then we got Caden. And Sora down that straightaway. Everyone's separated out. Fairly even, 1 and 2, trying to do a little breakaway here. Lee's not going to let that happen, though. And the all pink, the white Avid wheels. And now he's got Caden. Trying to work his way up on him, as is Sora. So 2 transfer spots still up for grabbers early on in this 17.5 C main.
Two minutes left.
So the battle's on for that 3, 4, 5 spot. 1 and 2 starting to break away just a tad. As 3, 4, and 5 all take their turn getting pinned up. I think Caden going from bad to worse there. Getting hooked up on that pole. Had to get marshaled out. So we had a race materializing and it quickly dissolved. And now the race to watch now is between Mara and Boyd. Those two are smart enough, though, not to get too crazy with one another because they just want to secure their spot into that B main. Boyd's going to take over the lead after a little baba out of Mara. And then Boyd goes for a ride off that back triple. Goes upside down, has to get marshaled out. So Mara's going to reclaim that top spot.
One minute left.
Lee, Sora, Caden off that straightaway now. And Mara and Boyd just stringing good clean laps together. Trying to seal the deal here with 35 seconds to go. 35 seconds to go that the race is still on for that 3 spot. Racing for pride between Helmrich, Sora, and Caden. Less than 3, 1 and 2 are going to get by, so it's a battle for pride. Boyd's going to take over that top spot. Where did 3 go? It's like Sora moved into that 3 spot there on that last lap. So Sora's going to take the 3, Lee in the 4. Caden's going to round out the field, and the battle is on for 1 and 2. Boyd's got it all sewn up here. He can drop it down to the first gear and still make it. So Boyd's going to take that first transfer. Mara going to take that second transfer. That is a race. I'll stop. Marshall's grab your blowers. Marshall's grab your blowers. Kevin and William, you're both going to advance into that B main later on. We need all those drivers down on the track. All those drivers down on the track to Marshall. All right, thank you to our volunteers hopping on out here. All right, 21.5 C main. Go ahead and roll them out. Check them in. Roll them out. Check them in. Stacy Lamb in that 10. Brandon Chandler in the 9. Brian Schmidt in the 8. Dylan Dodge in the 7. Cameron Schmidt in the 6. Dave Rosen in that 5. Niels Clenshaw in the 4. Ashley Lamb in the 3. Phil Rowan in the 2. And in that CQ spot, Hobby Action's very own Reggie
Stacy Lamb.
Shepherd. All
Brandon Chandler. Ryan Schmidt. Dave Rosen.
We'll let
Dylan
you guys
Dodge.
go around one more
Ashley
time.
Lamb. Niels Klenchich.
So,
Phil Rowan.
Mr.
Reggie Shepherd. Cameron Schmidt.
Cameron here. You're welcome to go down that straightaway, take another lap. All right, and with that, straightaway is closed.
1 minute
Back
to
it
the start of the
down,
race.
coming down that straightaway, and get on your dot. We need 2 volunteer marshals, one over there
45
with
seconds to
Mr.
the start of the
Sora by
race.
that back triple. And then we need 1 in front of the timing and scoring booth. Are you coming out, Todd? All right, Todd will take it. Thank you, Mike, for your volunteer. That's good karma points. Oh, never mind. Fitzgibbons got it.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Nice. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. All right. See, this is 21.5. Okay, drivers. As I said before, the bottleneck tends to occur in this back triple. So
15 seconds to the start of the race.
do what you need to do to check up, but everyone keep it clean. Marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's go racing at the sound of the tone. Watching that center triple. Carnage in the center triple. We got cars upside down. And it looks like Reggie's going to lead out that first lap there. Ashley in that 2 spot. Looks like Brian and Cameron Schmidt both going at it. Play nice, please. Keep things clean. Still got Reggie in the 1. Looks like Cameron Schmidt moving into that 2 spot. There goes Reggie by the start-finish line, spinning out a little bit. Cameron in that 2. Oh, there's Reggie by the start-finish line. Sorry about that. Ashley back to the 2. Cameron in the 3. Phil Rowan in the 4. Then we got Clenshaw Schmidt. Lamb, Dodge, Rosen, Chandler, your running order. We're 150 in, 3:10 to go. You see a black car with yellow wheels working up on you. He's in that center triple right now. That is your leader working with you. Please let him by. That's Reggie Shepherd leading us out in our 21.5C main event. By that start-finish line he goes. There goes Ashley over that crossover. Rear view mirror for Cameron Schmidt. And make sure you guys keep everything clean. Drag race for that 2 spot between Ashley and Cameron. Working the way in that triple section. Double single A go. That is a race to watch.
2 minutes left.
Cameron getting a little squirrely. Looking at the inside, can't quite make it happen off that off-camber section. It's still Ashley. Ashley holding her own. Down that... Well done, Cameron. That's what I like to see. Well done. Game on, game on. I know that was hard for you to do there. But that was the right thing to do. Oh, then he gets it wrong there by that start-finish line. 1:15 to go, 1:15 to go. So after getting into Ashley, it was accidental, of course, spins her around. He does the right thing. So Sportsman Award goes to Cameron Schmidt. That goes a long ways.
1 minute left.
Cameron down that straightaway. Or looks like Rowan was able to move into that 3 spot there. Reggie commanding lead in that 1 spot. And now we got Rosen closing up on Ashley. Ashley down the straightaway. Rowan down the straightaway, separated by 2.4. Schmidt, Cameron, that is, in the 4. Brian in the 5. Stacy, Dylan, Clenshaw, Chandler is your running order with 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. Ashley holding her own. This will be the last lap for number 2. That'll be the last lap for everybody coming across right now. So when I say your name, you're done. Brian Schmidt, you were done. Clenshaw, you were done. Dylan Dodge, you were done. Stacy Ashley's done. Waiting on Brandon Chandler and Reggie Shepard. Everyone else is done. And here comes Brandon Chandler. And that is a race. I'll stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Reggie and Ashley, you guys are advancing into that B main.
The race is completed.
Phil Rowan, are you staying? I'm going to take 3. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Lee's going to leave, and he's in the B main. I forgot about that just until now. All right, let's get our marshals to our positions, please. Should have plenty of them. And novice A main drivers, go ahead and roll them around. Take 1 lap.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, in that 10, Jordan. In the 9, Bella. Dakota in that 8, Mark Rowan in the 7, Big Fish in the 6, Riley Clark in the 5, Jack Wall in the 4, Fitzgibbons in the 3,
45
Brian
seconds
Schmidt
to the start
in
of
the
the race.
2, and your novice A main top qualifier is Juan Gonzalez. All right,
Juan Gonzalez.
straightaway is closed. Get on your dots. We are
Riley
on
Clark.
the straightaway.
30
on
seconds
your
to the
dots.
start of the race.
No one else down
Anthony
that
Fitzgibbons.
straightaway except to get into your position. No one else should be tearing down that straightaway.
Mark Rowan.
So slow
Sprinkle
going
farts.
down that straightaway and get on your dot.
Big Fish. Jack Wall. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Dakota. Less than 5.
Juan in the 1, Schmidt in the 2, Fitzgibbons in the 3, Wall in the 4, Clark in the 5, Big Fish in the 6, Mark Rowan in the 7, Dakota in the 8, Bella in the 9, and Jordan on that 0 spot. 8 is Dakota, yep. Bella and Jordan, all right. All right, guys. Little trigger control at the very start here. Little trigger control. I don't want you guys all getting boogered up. We're not going to do a restart here. So let's keep it calm. Keep it calm, and then it's game on. I don't care what you guys do after that. And we got marshals out here. We do not. We need one more helping out Reggie. Leia. Thank you, dear. All right, marshals ready. Drivers ready. Let's get it on. Novice A-main at the sound of the tone. All right. I don't think I could ask for a better start for our novice division, especially 10 cars deep. Our leader getting a little wrong. He gets... Fitzgibbon got by him for a little bit. Who's going to lead off that first lap? It's Brian Schmidt going to lead off that first lap. Jordan got his bandit up and going. I want to see this thing going all 5 minutes. Poor kid had some rough qualifiers here. Mark with a fistful of throttle. He don't care. He's going for it. All right, we got 1 and 2 battling it out between Juan and Brian. Oh, Brian rolls it upside down. Has to get marshaled out. It's going to fall back a little bit, but maintain his 2 spot. He's got Fitzgibbons in that 3. Big Fish in the 4. Riley Clark, Jack Wall, Dakota, Jordan, Mark Rowan, and Bella. Oh, don't stop on the straightaway. Do not stop on the straightaway. That's a dangerous spot to stop. All right, we were 145 in. Juan Gonzalez leading us out. Brian Schmidt in the 2. Big Fish now moving into that 3 spot. There he goes by that start-finish line. Down the straightaway he goes. No, we got a stadium truck down and out. Tough break for that kiddo. I believe that was Riley going broke. Tough break for him. So we are 2:30 in, 2:30 to go. Race number 4, our novice A main. We're going to put a little water down after this race, light coat, and get ready for our 17.5 B main. All right, these guys starting to settle in here. Big Fish down that straightaway, trying to navigate through some squirrely traffic there, and he makes it through. And let's pick up our leader off that straightaway. Got hung up a little bit, but got through it okay.
2 minutes left.
So Juan Gonzalez putting on a performance in this novice division. Not sure if he's running a 21.5. If he is, he should consider moving on up. He'd actually do pretty well in that 21.5 class. Down the straightaway he goes. Brian Schmidt holding strong in that 2.
One minute left.
All right, 35 seconds to go. Juan Gonzalez still in that 1 spot. Brian Schmidt in that 2. Big Fish in that 3. Jack Wall in the 4. Fitzgibbons in the 5. Jordan getting things done right now. They're starting in the very back. He's in that 6th spot. Mark Rowan, Dakota Bella rounding out your field here with 10 seconds to go. And that is the race. You'll be done when you come across that start-finish line. Mark Rowan caught you at the line. You are done. Fitzgibbons, Dakota, you are done. Jordan, you are done. Everyone else is going to be done when you come across that start-finish line. And here comes your winner, Juan Gonzalez, finishing off on that one. Big Fish, you are done in the 2. Brian Schmidt. Jack Wall, you guys are done. Waiting on Bella. Bella's working her way up onto that tabletop right now. And that pink Traxxas Slash, that is a race. All stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. We're going to need all you guys down on the track to marshal, please. And we will get our 17.5 B main up and going here shortly. It is 5 minutes. It is not 4.
Garrett Lastra. Why not? Kevin Cornwell. Alan Dreebing. Leigh Anderson. Rich Choanart. Kenny Huxley. Kevin Boyd. Nick Byett. Student driver.
All right, we're going to get some 17.5 B main goodness up and going here shortly. I got some administrating housekeeping duties to take care of here or there first. All right, no one else down that straightaway. In that 10, William Mara. In the 9, Kevin Boyd. In the 8, Kevin Cornwell. In the 7, Rich Chenard. In the 6, Alan Dreby. In the 5, Garrett Lastra. In the 4, Nick Bayette. Nice, he's up there. He made it. Les Anderson in that 3, Kenny Huxley in that 2. And your BQ for tonight is... Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? All right. All right, gather round. It's the greatest show on earth. 75B main never disappoints. And it is full. 10-car dance. 10 men enter, only 2 men exit. We are going to get it on. Do we have our marshals poised? Let's have our marshals standing who are not on the buckets. All right. Again, some of you are going to triple. Some of you are not. So keep that in mind. You guys tripling. I don't want you guys getting into somebody who is going to double single on this first lap. So communicate with one another. No rough driving. Let's get it on at the sound of the tone. Keep things calm through this first couple of turns here. No need to get crazy. All right, we just had, Cornwell got a little squirrely on his own there, so he's going to fall to the back here. Why Not's going to lead out that first lap, followed by Mara, Anderson, Lastra. Then we got Bayette, Dreby, Chenard. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Mara. That's Huxley. Huxley and Mara rocking the same paint scheme there. So we got Why Not? Huxley, Lasher looking to the inside, take over that 2 spot, can't quite make it happen, gets a little squirrely. He's going to drop 1 spot. Les going to take over that 2 spot as he goes down that straightaway. Sure, we keep everything clean. I know you guys are kicking and scratching for those transfer spots, but let's do it the right way here. Lasher looking to the inside on Les, can't quite make it stick. Les going to hang on to that 2 spot over that crossover with Lastra. Boyd, Huxley, Bayette, all in tow. We still got one upside down in that double. Boy, losing a body there. Hitting the eject button on that canopy. And let's see what happened. Thank you, Dakota, for that, by the way. Why Not still out in that 1. Anderson still in the 2, trying to hold off the hard charge and Lastra. Then Bayette. It's like Mara. Chenard. Then we got Dreby, Cornwell, Huxley, and Boyd. Here's your running order with 2 and 3 to go. It's like Lastra got around Anderson. Didn't see how that happened. And Lastra hooking up a little pipe. Able to hang on to his spot, though. Les getting a little squirrely through that S section before the tabletop. No, and then Bayette goes on the wrong side of the pipe. It's going to have to get marshaled out there. So why not leading the whole race? Goes upside down, does a little pirouette, lands on his wheels though. Lasher now right there in that 2 spot. Anderson in that 3. Marr in that 4. Chenard in the 5. All within striking distance, hoping to pick up some pieces here. As why not Lasher go over that crossover, followed by Anderson and Chenard. 1/8 of a second separates 1 and 2.
2 minutes left.
Marr pushed a little wide, let Chenard get around. Chenard's now going to move to that 4 spot and try to set his sights on Anderson. But Anderson wants one of those transfer spots. $120 in, $140 to go. 21.5 B main coming up next. 1, 2, 3, and 4, all still close to one another. Something's going to give. The question is, who's it going to be? Why not in Lasher at 1 and 2, but not in a position to work with one another because they're going to have Chenard and Anderson working hard up on him. Looks like Lasher got around Why Not after Why Not went a little wide there off that crossover. So now Lasher's going to take over that top spot in the green, gray, black wheels. Down that center straight he goes. Setting up for that center back trip, I should say, double single they go. Everyone in this heat's going double single. And Why Not goes upside down but lands on his feet, loses a little bit of time. Oh, Chenard in striking distance for one of those transfer spots. Puts it upside down. Is going to have to get marshaled out. So now Les, the only one in the hunt for that second and final transfer position as Garrick now starting to stretch out from Why Not with 15 seconds to go. They're going to get around for one more. And that's 1, 2, and 3 getting around for their final lap. With 5 seconds to go, 5 seconds to go. Garrick and Why Not trying to hold on. Les Anderson going for the goal. Doesn't quite make it stick off that back triple. Doesn't make it happen. Lasher going to take the win. Why Not going to take that 2 spot? Les going to have to settle for that 3. Waiting for Chenard, Mara, and Bayette. When you guys come across the line, you will be done. And that is a race. All stop, all stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Completed. Garrick, Lasher, Why Not? You guys are advancing into that A main event. We will need everyone out on the track to marshal, please. Everyone out on the track to marshal. Race number 6, our 21.5 B mains coming up next. All right, marshals to your positions, please. Marshals to your positions. Thank you to our marshal for blowing off the track. That is appreciated. All right, we're going to go ahead and cut the blowers, clear the track, clear the track. All right, guys, clear the track, clear the track. Go ahead and roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in. 21.5 B main event coming up. Asher Lamb in that 10, Reggie Shepard in the 9, John Henry in the 8, Nick Bayette in that 7, Evan in the 6, Todd Farnham in the 5, Lee Helmrich in the 4, Mike Caller in the 3, Rudy Gonzalez in the 2, and Dallin Hostetler in that 1. No one else down that straightaway. No one else down that straightaway.
Evan Fertig, Rudy Gonzalez, Ashley Lamb.
Everyone from Farnham,
Reggie Shepard.
Everyone from position 5 to position 10 can go up 1 spot.
1 minute to the start of the race.
So Todd Farnham going to the 4, and everyone else following right behind him. Lee Helmrich cut out here early. That allowed 3 to advance from that C main.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Mike, you're in the 3 spot.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
We got everything where it needs to be. All
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Why did we not have marshals where we need to have marshals? We got somebody going back to back. I think we do. Yeah, we got Bayet up there going back to back. We need one.
Less than 5.
Marshall right here. Yeah, just right over the wall there, TJ. TJ, come around. Thank you very much. All right. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Stand by, stand by. Let me get Mr. Rowan in here. Ta-da. All right, Marshall's ready, driver's ready. Let's go racing at the sound of the tone. Keep it clean, gents, keep it clean. It's the equalizer here, this back triple here. Caught a couple guys. You guys got to get off the gas, let the marshals get to you. And we got a gaggle upside down cars here over this roller double. All right, carnage ensues. Steve, behind you, Steve, behind you. And Rudy, catching a rough one. Things going from bad to worse for him on that first opening lap there. It's a tough break for him. John Henry going to lead out the first lap. Looks like Reggie now in that too. Reggie taking advantage after bumping from that C main. Finds himself in the second transfer spot in the B main here. We got Hostetler, Phil Rowan making strides now. He's moved up into that 4th spot. So early carnage paying huge dividends for our bump up guys from our C main event. Like Down made a move on the inside of Reggie and took over that second transfer spot. And there's John Henry by the start finish line. So it's JH3, Hostetler, Shepard, Rowan, and now we got Caller. $150 in, $310 to go. Lamb now moving into the 5, Caller in the 6, Farnham, Bayet, Gonzalez, Fertig, your running order. Stadium Truck A-Main coming up next. And that's going to be your leader working with Mr. Fertig. I know you know what to do. Just give you a heads up there. I know you're putting your head down trying to get some laps in. You guys know what to do when the time comes. And Dallin in that too. And the all yellow white wheels off that center straight through that back triple he goes. Reggie in that 3. Caller in the 4. Rowan in the 5. And then we got Farnham, Bayet, Lamb, Gonzalez, Fertig, your running order.
Two minutes left.
1:25 to go. John Henry and Tay out front. Doing a little stunt move through Steve's legs. He's got a commanding lead. John Henry's got 10 seconds over Dallin. But Dallin and Reggie still going at it. Let's pick them up on the track. Looks like Reggie got around him. So Reggie now going to move back into that 2 spot. Dallin into the 3. Looks like Caller's still in that hunt as well. So the race is on for this final transfer spot. Reggie's got it. Dallin and Caller want it. So down the straightaway they go. That's going to be your battle for number 2 there. Working with you, Evan. Thank you very much. And game on, game on. So Reggie and Dallin have been going at it the whole race. And Caller's just been looming shortly in the distance, waiting for something to happen here with 25 seconds to go. Oh, and then he puts it upside down. So he's going to be out of the hunt here late in the game. So it's going to be between Reggie and Hostetler with 10 seconds to go. Reggie's going to make it around. We'll see if Dallin gets around. Dallin does get around, so it is game on, game on. Let's go racing. Evan, you are done. The battle is on for that second transfer spot. Reggie's out there. It's going to take a mistake. Let's see here. No one's really in the hunt there. Reggie's going to come around. It looks like Reggie's got it in the bag here. He does. So last-ditch effort out of Dallin. Not quite enough. That is a race. All stop. John Henry and Reggie Shepard. You guys are advancing into that A main event.
The race is completed.
Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Were you just sitting over there? Never thought I'd see the day. All right, Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Race number 7, our stadium truck A mains coming up. In fact, our two that are advancing, that was Reggie and John Henry. Reggie and John Henry. You guys get me Marshall after this race for me, please. You guys hear that? All right, Marshall for me after this race. You guys can take a knee. We'll need everyone else out here. I thank you guys. What's that? You're all beat up, huh? All right, stadium truck drivers. Where's our third at? We got Chase, Russ, and Greg. Where you at? Greg gonna make it? We only got 2 of you?
1
Where's
minute
Greg
to start
Clark
the race.
at? All right. We'll throw it down, get it on there. We are going to cut him loose. Go ahead and roll him out, check him in, roll him out, check him in.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
We got Greg Clark in the 3. Russ Crothers in the 2. And TQ is going to be Chase
30 seconds to the start of the race. Russ Crothers.
All right, no one else down that straightaway. Get on your dots.
Race.
Get on your dots, please. Chase on that 1. Russ on that 2. Greg on that 3 dot. Let's get things up and rolling here.
Less than 5.
Can we get 1 volunteer marshal here off this tabletop to my right? Can I get 1 volunteer off this tabletop to my right? No, Dallin, you just keep an eye over here as well. And Todd, you as well. Oh, we need 1 off this straightaway. Jansen, can you just come down here? Yeah, come down here. All right. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. We got a 3-car dance. We had a couple that had to go home early. So it's a battle for the podiums here. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Let's go racing to the sound of the tone. We got some early carnage here on this crossover. Russ going to lead out that first lap. Chase going to be in that too. Greg in the 3. Thank you. 1 minute in. Russ still hanging on to that lead. Nice work. Down the straightaway they go. Races down between Russ and Chase. Oh. Chase lets him have it. That's what you get for leading out. He shorts up though unless he gets by. That's the right thing to do. Chase has been dominant in his qualifiers. But a rough opener allowed Russ and the all yellow black come out in the lead. Here we go. Yeah, we are 2 minutes in. Russ still out front. Chasing the 2. Greg Clark in that 3. Halfway down, halfway to go. Russ still out in front. Chasing that 2. Greg in the 3. Russ just trying to throw down some clean laps. Trying to take advantage of these late mistakes that Chase is making.
Two minutes left.
Yep. Oh, I can't wait. 1:24 to go. 1:24 to go. It's still Russ, Chase, Greg. Your running order for our Stadium Truck A main event.
One minute left.
Oh no, Russ going dead after leading out the whole race. He had Chase on his heels too. And he breaks out. So rough luck out of Russ Carruthers there after a stellar main run. It's going to bust out here late in the game. Chase going to relinquish that lead. Or retake the lead. I shouldn't say relinquish. Russ relinquished. So it's going to be Chase, Greg, and Russ with 15 seconds left to go. This will probably be the last lap for both these guys. Our short court division's coming up next. And here comes Chase taking the win by default. And waiting on Greg. And that is a race. All stop, all stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. For any of those drivers, along with John Henry, who's already out here. And whoever's in second place, I forgot who you were. Reggie, that's who you were. Need you guys out here.
The race is completed.
Yeah, no problem, man. Take care, you too. All right, let's get our marshals to our positions, please. And short course division, go ahead and roll them out. Check them in, roll them out, check them in. In the 4, Mike M. In the 3, Kyle Ash. In the 2, Kyle Davis. And in the 1, Vinny.
Mike Malmgren. Kyle Ash.
All right, get in your position, please. No one else turn down that straight. Get on your dots.
1
get
minute
on
to the
your
start
dots.
of the race.
Diego, you going to sneak in here or what? You got to have everything but a car. You get a car on the track, you'll be all set.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Diego's going to join in the fun. I think.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
There he is.
$15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, here we go.
Diego Badenker.
Marshals.
Less than 5.
No. We got a fail on the marshals. We need some marshals out here, please. Where's Reggie at? Reginald Shepard. He's over there chatting it up with the staff. I see him there in the hobby in the hobby shop. Reggie, we need you on the track. Thanks, Kevin. We need one more on the bucket. One more on the bucket. Next to Russ. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll do a little bit. Yeah. We need one more on the bucket. You going to help out there, buddy? Thank you very much. Yeah, just right over there on that bucket. All right, here we go. Marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's go racing at the sound of the tone. All right, we are off. 5 minutes short course. And I am turning friendly fire off. So no holds barred, weapons free. Ooh, Vinny means business. He's got the full colors flying. The baby blue, baby pink. It's the gender reveal body. Down that center straight he goes. Kyle Davis in tow. Kyle Ash trying to stay in that mix as well. Then we got Mike M and Diego. Diego adding some flair to this monochrome division. Putting some green and black in here. So I appreciate you guys making an effort. Show your true colors here. Vinny muscles it over. KD muscles it over. Kyle Ash muscles it over. Kyle Ash trying to let these guys get away from him. You got Mike M coming by that start-finish line. Diego running some laps cold here with his short course. And number 29 by the start-finish line he goes. Does a cartwheel for the fans. Going to have to get marshaled out. Well done. Thank you very much. 1 and 2 down that straightaway. These guys have been going at it all day together with their short courses. But it all comes down to this. Who's going to take the W in the main? Are you putting a little water down after this race? Oh, Mike M's getting hung up in the pipes here. He's got to get marshaled out, and he is back up and going in that 4th spot. VP out front. Kyle Davis in that 2. Kyle Ash in the 3. Then we got Mike M and Diego rounding out the field. So Vinny, believe it or not, with his biggest lead here, which is only a couple of feet. Mike, that's going to be your leader working up with you here. And then you'll have second behind you shortly thereafter. Oh, Mike M trying to get out of the way, and then Kyle Davis went the same way. Vinny's going to take full advantage.
Two minutes left.
3 down, 2 to go. It's still Pedersoli, Davis, Ash, Malmgren, Bettenker. No real races forming up right now. Oh, Vinny doing a little stop and go. Going to give Kyle Davis another taste. And a reminder, friendly fire is switched to off, so no holds barred here. You're welcome to do whatever besides cut the track. Left side, Diego running dead. Pull that car, help that car out. The guy upside down, help him out, help him out.
1 minute left.
Dead car, just pull it off the track and have a seat. You have a seat, kiddo? Yeah. Thank you very much, buddy. So VP checked up, but not quite enough. Just enough to give Kyle Davis a glimmer of hope here. 40 seconds to go. Vinny's been flawless. We're doing water after this race. Yeah, water after this race. There goes Vinny. There goes Kyle. Down the straightaway they go. 25 seconds. They'll get around for another one. Unless they royally muff it, which they will not. They still got the motor to get over that back triple. Vinny throwing some sparks for the crowd. Doing it for the gram. By the start-finish line they go. This is going to be race on, race on. Mike M lets it go by. Thank you very much, sir. And it's going to be a race to the line. So, laying it all out there. And that's going to be it. Vinny going to take that win. Kyle Davis in that too. Kyle Ash in the 3. They're waiting for Mike to come around. That is a race. All stop, all stop.
The race is completed.
Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Race number 9 21.5 A main event will be coming up after we throw down a little bit of water, and that will be it for water. We will have a little bit of open practice after our final heat, 10-15 minutes or so. So if you want to stick around and get a couple laps in after the heats are over, you're more than welcome to. All right, go ahead. Whoa, sorry, I didn't know I was on. Remember, you guys got an extended 6-minute main, so
Kyle Ash.
Use your practice laps accordingly.
Garrett Lastra. John Henry III. Reggie Shepard. Chase Williford. Boss Lady. Steve. Why not? Kevin Cornwell. Aaron Jensen.
We are going to need some volunteer marshals. What's that? Ooh, top shelf. All right, we do need some marshals out on the field, please. One, two, three, four. Four marshals out on the track, please. Before we can get this 21.5 A main going, we got Reggie In that 10, John Henry in the 9, Cornwell in the 8, Steve in the 7, Leia in the 6, Why Not in the 5, Garrick in the 4, Chase in the 3, Aaron Jensen in the 2, and top qualifier, Kyle. These marshalling spots aren't going to fill themselves, so we need volunteers out here to fill them, or we cannot continue with the race program. We're on our final push here to the end. Thank you, Rudy. Thank you, sir. We need one more down here on my end, coming onto the straightaway. Awesome. Thank you, sir. All right, you guys keep things clean here. You guys got 6 minutes. Marshall's ready, driver's ready. Let's go racing at the sound of the tone. All right, that was a great start. Great start there. Ash going to lead us out. Jensen in that 2. Lasher in the 3. Why not 4? We got a bunch of cars in tow here. Jensen sending it a little too hot, cost him a spot. That allowed Lasher to get around. So it's Lasher, Why Not, Williford, Cornwell, Henry, Steve, Shepard, Anderson, Ash, Jensen. Oh, scratch that. Sorry, I'll get you guys fixed up here. There we go. 1 minute in, it's Ash up front, Lasher in the 2, Jensen in the 3. Then it's Why Not, Williford, Cornwell, Henry, Steve, Shepard, Anderson. Here goes your leaders by the start-finish line. Battles on for 3 and 4 between Williford and Why Not as they go down that straightaway. Thank you, Reggie. You're going to have number 2 working up on you as well. So right now, our leader, Kyle Ash, working with a little bit of empty track in front of him. By that start-finish line, he goes. Lasher in that 2. Looks like Ash bobbled a little bit. Lasher not close enough to capitalize. But Lasher and Jensen able to close up just a little bit. Chase in that 4, working his way in that triple. He's got Why Not, Henry, working with him as well. Now we got one upside down. I believe that is Reggie, if I'm not mistaken. Collects the Why Not a little bit. Thank you very much, Kevin. So 1, 2, and 3 through that back triple they go over the crossover. Each one of them separated by just a little over a second. We are about halfway in. 3 minutes to go. 17.5. A-Main's coming up next. Oh, Jens puts it upside down. That allowed Williford to get around, so Williford's going to move into that 3 spot. Ash and Lastra still working together over that crossover. By the start-finish line, it was 1.6. It's now 1.9. Lastra's trying not to let Ash get away from him too much. They go around the leg, gets it upside down. Ash dodges the bullet, as does Lastra. Why not? You're going to have 1 and 2 working up on you shortly. When the time comes, you know what to do.
2 minutes left.
All right, so Tony, why not's upside down? He was working there with Shepard and Cornwell. Richie, you can have one working up with you. 2 will be behind you just shortly. So Lasher, that last couple laps was finding a little extra, closing the gap just slightly with 1:24 to go. Ash and Lasher going at it through that center section, straightaway I should say, working their way into that triple. Ash over that crossover, Lash over that crossover. Aaron Jensen still in that 3, but he's 4.4 back. John Henry in that 4. Williford in the 5.
1 minute left.
So Henry and Williford going at it. They were separated by 4/10. Henry spun it around, let Chase get around. That's going to be your closest race for that 4-5 spot. The next closest race between Ash and Lastra. There's 40 seconds to go, 40 seconds to go. We'll see if Kyle's got what it takes to get around for a white flag lap, or will he be racing to the line? Here he goes over that crossover. And it looks like he's going to get caught at the line. He does. Taking the win, though. Kyle Ash in that 1. There's Lasher in that 2. Side Jensen, something happened to Jensen. Chase Williford got around him, so Williford's going to take over that top 3 spot, open the door just a little bit there at the end, but he was able to hang on. So we are waiting on Steve, and that will be it. That is a race. All stop, all stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Need all those drivers from race number 9 down on the track,
The race is completed.
please. All right, after our final race, which is race number 13, the track will be open for practice for about 10, 15 minutes. So you're welcome to stay. Zach's up there giving his final prayers. Looks like you're saying a little prayer up there. Everyone joining around for good luck there. Let's get all our 21.5 A main drivers out on the track, please. All of our 21.5 drivers out on the track. To your positions. All right, we're going to put our blowers down. Thank you guys very much. All right, go ahead and roll them out. Check them in. Why not in the 10? Garrick Lasher in the 9. Diego Bettenker in the 8. Travis Lewis in the 7. Aaron Brown in the 6. Willie Amos Smith in the 5. Zach McConnell in the 4. Chase Boyd in the 3.
1 minute
Randy
to the start of the
Locken
race.
in the 2. And TQ Hello.
Aaron Brown.
All right, straightaway is closed. Straightaway is
Garrett Lester.
closed. Get on your
Chase
dot.
Boyd.
Get on your
Randy
dot.
Locken.
No more
Why
full
not?
send down that
Lord Farkin.
straightaway, please.
Ryan
Get
Collar.
on your dot.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Diego Badenker. Travis Lewis.
All right. Stacked heat of 17.5 coming on up here. Where are our marshal? We have a couple that we're going back to back.
30 seconds to the start of the
Lasher?
race.
So we need one in front of the timing and scoring booth. One marshal in front of the timing and scoring booth. In fact, let's get two. Cornwall's coming out here. Let's get one here off the end of the tabletop here. Let's get these guys a full complement. So they have it all. Drebby, you'll take that. Thank you very much, Drebby.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, here we go. Here we go. This is one of the good ones to watch here. 17.5 A main event. You guys got 6 minutes to get
Less
it
than
done.
5.
Keep it clean. Marshals ready. Drivers ready. Let's get it on at the sound of the tone. Trying to get Randy to go. He didn't fall for it, though. We got cars muscling it over to that triple early on. Oh, those did not sound good. That was the proper order. Thank you, Leia. Rough luck there for Willie. Second one to crash over that crossover. Going to pay the price. Looks like Locken moved into that one spot. Didn't see what happened there. Locken and Chase both got around Caller. And then it's Brown, Lewis. So top 5 drivers breaking away early, all in that hunt. Then we got Diego, Willie. Why not? And Lastra. Over the crossover, it's still Lock and Chase, Caller, Brown, and Lewis. So top 5 drivers staying in single file order. A little bobble there out of Lock, but he's able to stay out there in front. Bobbles it again, coming off that roller, off that straightaway. Keeping a rubber side down, though, so he's getting it done, even though he had a couple of bobbles there. Doing a good job recovering that vehicle. Randy Locken on that TLR Raw Speed ride. Chase Boyd in that TLR AKA ride. And then we got the Associated from Caller on the AKAs. So it's TLR Associated, 1, 2, and 3, working their way in the back triple. Someone lost a body. That was Juan. Or sorry, Diego. Diego losing a body. He's going to run it topless. It's still Locking Boyd Caller. By that start-finish line, they go. Brown looming in that 4 spot. Then we got Lewis and Willie. Amos Smith. So no one's relenting here. Top 3 drivers. No one giving it up. Tony, there's going to be the top 3 drivers are working up behind you. When the time comes, you know what to do. So here they go over the crossover. All them sticking. Chase cooking a little pipe. Cost him spot. So Caller's going to slide into that 2 spot. So same 3 drivers working their way down that straightaway just to change in that 2nd spot between Caller and Boyd. We are coming up on the halfway mark. Caller gets it over that triple. Aaron's still holding strong in that 4 spot, just looming, waiting for something to happen. Chase spins it around, opens the door, and Brown was close enough to capitalize. I didn't think he would be, but he was. So now Brown's going to find himself into that 3 spot. Chase is going to fall into the 4. Then we got Travis Lewis in that 5 spot. Willie, Lasher, why not? Diego. Didn't see what happened to McConnell there. McConnell is out for the count. You're going to have 2 working. Oh, no. Yeah, that was number 2 working up on you. Lasher, thank you very much. You knew that. You don't need me. So locking through that center straight. Double single he goes. Caller double single. Top 2 drivers still staying in within reach of one another. Aaron Brown in that 3, trying to reel him in. Chasing the 4, trying not to let Brown get away from him. Travis and Willie working their way over the roller double, over the tabletop by the start-finish line. That's the fight for 5 and 6. Diego, you're going to have your leader working with you. Thank you very much. And number 2 working with you. Thank you very much. Game on, game on. So the chase is still on for that win. Locken's got it. Caller not letting him get away from him. By the start-finish line they go. They got 1:10 still to go. Neither one of them relenting down the straightaway. Brown got about a straightaway on Chase.
1 minute left.
Hey, Brown gaining a little bit of ground, and then he lost it going through that, trying to triple it. Didn't quite make it. Chase was not there close enough. And then Brown hooks a pipe, and now Chase is right there on him. So the battle now is on for that 3 spot. So we got 2 good races going on, 1 and 2. That's been neck and neck the whole 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go. And then for that 3 spot between Brown and Chase, over the crossover they go. 25 seconds to go. Randy looking to take a W early on this layout here as he works his way over that roller double. With Caller trying to find an extra gear. Trying to catch him up on that off-camber turn. Down the straightaway they go. They are separated by 0.4 of a second. This will be their last lap here. So it's all or nothing here. With time expiring. You guys will be done when you come across that line. Well, Caller looked for it. Couldn't quite make it happen. In around the last corner, Caller hooked a pipe, tried to make a last-second effort. But Randy says, no way. Hangs on to the win. Well done, Randy. Randy taking the W here. And that, waiting on Garrick. Garrick is the last one to come across. And that is a race. All stop, all stop. Locking in the 1, Caller in the 2, Aaron Brown in that 3. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. We need all those drivers from that 17.5 A-main race down on the track to Marshall. Our 2-wheel mod A-main is coming up.
One minute to the start of the race.
All right, where is all the marshals at?
"45 seconds to the start of the race.
One, two, three. Looks like we're gonna need one more marshal.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
And then over there on cone 1. Okay. All right, guys, roll them out.
15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5. Kyle Davis. Local flip-flops legend. Ryan Caller. Jim Sylvie. Aaron Brown. Vinny Pediasoli. Todd Farnham. Voltron. Kevin Gatton.
All right. Back straightaway is closed. All right, so on the 10, we got Farnham, Leffler in the 9, Silve in the 8. Wait, sorry. Farnham in the 9, Leffler in the 8, Silve in the 7, Gatton in the 6, Vinny in the 5, Caller in the 4, Brown in the 3, Scott in the 2, and on the pole is Davis. All right, Marshall's ready, driver's ready, going on the tone. All right, we're leaded out by Kyle Davis. Oh, Scott makes his way around Davis. Then we got Brown in the 3, Vinny in the 4, Gatton in the 5, and Caller in the 6. All right, Scott Spear going over the triple, leading us out. Davis still in the 2, Brown on his tail as they come past the start-finish line. We got Gatton in the 4, Caller in the 5. Silve moving into the 6. Leffler in the 7. Scott's looking to hit that 18-second lap, just hit a 19.0. All right, now your closest battles between Brown and Gatton as they come down the back straightaway. Got 2:15 in, 2:15 in, 2:45 to go. Still being led out by Scott Spear. Davis still in the 2, Brown in the 3. Oh, Kyle gets it around Scott. Watch going onto the straight. All right, Davis leading us out. Spear in the 2, Brown in the 3 still.
2 minutes left.
Trying to gain some ground on him. And he spins it out, Gatton gets around. Davis still leading us out. Getting ready to come across the start-finish line. Here comes Spear. Separated by about a second. We got Brown finding his way back around Gatton. Got Ryan Caller sitting solid in the 3. Let's see what the gap between Davis and Spear are this time around. About 2 seconds. All right, 30 seconds left, drivers. Davis in the 1, Scott Spear in the 2, Caller still in the 3, Brown in the 4. We've got Gatton, Silve, Vinny, Leffler, and Todd. All right, 10 seconds left. All right, that is time. Keep going. Brown, you are finished. Gatton, you're finished. Silve, you're finished. Waiting on Caller. Caller, you're finished. And Leffler. That is a race.
The race is completed.
my car? Scott, will you grab my car and take it to the pit? Or when you go? All right, thank you, Willie. Let's get all those mod drivers out on the track, please. Out on the track, find yourself a marshalling position. Should have just enough. All right, get our blowers down, Go ahead and roll them out, check them in, guys. Roll them out, check them in. It's a 3-car heat, Sportsman division. We got Rich Brown in that 3, Russ Carruthers in the 2, and on the pole is Kenny Huxley. All right, straightaway is closed. Get on your
Kenny
dots.
Huxley.
Get on your dots.
Rich Brown. 1 minute to the start of the race. Russ Carruthers.
Yeah, just over the wall right there, Kevin. All right, marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's go racing to the sound of the tone.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
5-minute main up and running. Kenny T. Kewen, Russ Carruthers in that 2. Rich Brown in the 3. Russ Carruthers makes a move, moves into that top spot. Rich Brown forgot those were nailed in. Got a full dose of the nailed in cones. He's in that 3 spot. We're going to need a lot of marshals for this last race. So if our mod guys, if you guys wouldn't mind hanging out for 5 more minutes after this one, it would be appreciated. We're only going to have 3 marshals. And the crowd is dwindling here as we close out our evening. One minute in, Kevin's out in the 1. Rich Brown in that 2. These guys tried to hold on to their heat here, and they made it till the main, and then Russ busts out. I did. If you guys have a tab inside the shop, make sure you guys go inside and get it taken care of. I should have announced that earlier, but I forgot. Kenny in the 1, Rich Brown in the 2. We're all going to need a lot of help for our last race. So if some of you mod guys don't mind hanging out, that'd be appreciated. So we get this last race in the books. It's going to be our expert division, a 4-wheel drive.
Two minutes left.
All right, 3:30 in, 1:30 to go. It's Kenny Huxley, and we got a brawl ensuing over here between Kyle Davis and Jim Silve. I got my money on KD though. He's got the stamina. Hey, if he gets those Ben Davis legs wrapped around you, ain't getting out. Less than a minute to go. Kenny Huxley well on his way to take this victory. Rich Brown in that 2. And Russ, even though he ran 1 lap, he's still going to be a podium sitter. So he's going to be on the podium. We're going to need all 3 you drivers out on the track, and if I can get a handful of you mod guys to stick around as well, if we can get some volunteers out there, that would be appreciated. You guys got 30 seconds to go. You guys will probably get around for 1 more. Play your cards right. We will be doing a little bit of practice after race number 13. That is the race. You guys will be done when you come across that start-finish line. Sorry, I didn't mean to call the race. You guys will be done when you come across that start-finish line. Waiting on Rich Brown, and there he goes. That is the race. All stop. Huxley taking the win. Brown in the 2. Carruthers in the 3. Marshals, grab your blowers. And let's get a bunch of volunteers. We get you guys hopping out there. The quicker you guys hop out there and take your positions, the quicker we can get this last race up and going. Appreciate everybody coming on out. Hope you all had a good time. We'll do it again on Wednesday. Next Saturday will be the States race. Crying out loud. Get on there. Sorry, I'm having problems over here. Just give me a second. Hey, see you guys. All right, 4-wheel drive expert drivers. Go ahead and roll them around, take a lap or 2.
Transponder
I don't know how many times I can call for marshals.
Transponder 3267661. Transponder
Well, we need 'em, so
9930195793493.
come on out. Scott Spears stuck around. So did Todd Farnham. Thank you very much.
Transponder 4090080. Transponder 3538386.
Hop out and help out.
Transponder 3267661938886. Transponder 7934923.
KD's going to help out. Thank you very much. All right. No one else down that straightaway.
Transponder 4090080. Transponder 3538386. The race is completed. Justin Lesh.
All right, we got Justin Lesh in that 7. In fact, Justin, you can move up into the 6th spot. John Henry in the 5. Chenard in the 4. Travis Lewis in the 3. Aaron Brown in the 2. And top qualifier, Chase Boy in our 13.5 4-wheel buggy expert class. Let's see here. We got our marshals out here. Thank you guys very much. All right, marshals ready. Drivers ready. 5 minutes of four-wheel madness. Let's keep them all together. Let's go racing to the sound of the tone. Chase Boyd putting on a dominant performance in our qualifying run. He wants to end it on a high note here. We are off and running. Oh, Travis gunning for that pole. Barely misses it. Only drops one spot. So Aaron Brown going to move into that 2. Travis in that 3. Then we got Chenard, Henry, and Lesh rounding out the field. Travis going a little out of bounds. Has to marshal himself. Drops a couple of spots there. Relinquishes that 3 spot to Chenard. So it's a TLR of Boyd, TLR of Brown, and then the AE of Chenard. 1, 2, and 3. It's like John Henry moving into that 4. Travis Lewis falling to the 5. Then we got Lesh rounding out the field. Oh, Henry going upside down. Collects a little bit of Travis. Travis able to power through, though, off that off-camber cone turn. Thank you, dear. Again, if you guys have a tab inside the store, make sure you go inside and get it taken care of. And Mr. Lesh, you're going to have 2 working up on you there, so give him just a little bit of room. And then it's game on. Thank you very much. Chase breaking away just a little bit. Brown trying not to let him get out of his sights, and then Brown does a little barrel roll. Lands on his feet, though, so doesn't lose too much time. And Chenard still hanging strong in that 3. Lewis trying to make up for lost time after making a couple mistakes. It's Boyd, Brown, Chenard, 1, 2, and 3. Closest battle is going to be between 1 and 2. Chase right now with a 1.1 over Aaron Brown. Oh, I didn't see what happened there, but Brown got around for a split second. Then he rolled it up on his lid, had to get marshaled out. So it's still Boyd, Brown, Chenard. Chenard off that straightaway and through that center section. He's got 3.9 on Travis Lewis. We'll see where he's at when they come across the line here. That back tabletop has been Brown's nemesis. Other side, other side, other side.
2 minutes left.
So Brown with a huge mistake. Chenard's now going to move into that 2 spot. Chase Boyd checking out. Track will be open for about 15 minutes-ish after this. It's Chase, Chenard, Brown. Lewis trying to get back into that mix. John Henry not too far off either. Brown goes upside down, and Lewis now gets around him. So Lewis going to move into that 3. Lewis, Brown, and Henry all working in the same area.
1 minute left.
Lewis goes upside down on that off-camber turn. That allowed Brown to get back around. So Brown's going to take back over that 2 spot. And late in the game with 23 seconds left, he is charging up on Chenard. So they're going to get around for one more. The race is on for that 2 spot. Chenard's a little less than a straightaway on Brown as they work their way through the center section. Then Brown rolls it upside down, opens the door for Lewis. Lewis not quite close enough to make it happen. Instead of charging for that 2 spot, they're now charging for the 3 spot with time expiring. Brown gets a little wide, goes around, and it was a race to the finish. Lewis got it. Brown's going to settle for that 4th spot. John Henry's done. Chase is done. Waiting on. That is a race. I'll stop. Thanks to everybody for coming on out. Hope you all had a good time. Have a safe trip home. If you got a tab inside the store, make sure you take care of it. And track is open for practice.